Welcome back to Old Folks Racing PlayStation to Long Beach in the magnificent Ferrari 365 GTB4 Competizione. Jorge Jesus was your winner in race 1, followed by Simon Allen and Darren Head completing the podium. Simon Allen continues to be in great shape as he takes pole position, followed by Dale Taylor and Jorge Jesus. Darren Head and Diogo Almeida complete the top 5 with Diogo Silva, 6th place, and away we go here for the second race, and already two drivers clashing there at the back. Who were they? I have no idea. As they approach turn 1, and Simon Allen has a decisive lead in the beginning of this race, and somebody's coming on the inside there. That's Alonso Fonso. Jorge Jesus jumps into second in an excellent move over Dale Taylor that drops to third. There, Hamilton short, and Alonso Fonso is in the wall. Alonso Fonso is in the wall, clashing with Dale Taylor. Dale has lost time as well, and Alonso Fonso is already in the back foot. Dale Taylor again now clashing with Darren Head, and that's two clashes in as many corners, and there's a spin for Dale Taylor in the third corner, so two corners, two clashes. And in the next corner, a spin for Dale Taylor. That couldn't have been a worse start for the driver that was a rookie last season and is impressive this season in some of the races he has participated. There goes Alonso Fonso there on the inside of Stuart Brand. That was a nice move there, and Stuart almost losing it at the exit. But what has happened to Dale Taylor? He's right at the back of the pack in 12th place. So a recovery drive for Dale Taylor, the driver that started in the front row and now is in last as they complete the first lap in the hairpin. Look at this, Darren Head making a bit of a drift there in the last hairpin, and they complete the first lap with Simon Allen in the lead, followed by Darren Head. Diogo Almeida is up to third. That was a good start for him. Fourth is Diogo Silva. Fifth is Kev Allen. Sixth, Chris Russell. Seventh is Jorge Jesus, trying to recover a few places. 8th is Stuart Brand, and here is Kev Allen then on the inside of Diogo Silva, and Kev Allen is up into 5th place. No, sorry, 4th place, I apologize. And Diogo Silva again not making the greatest of starts. He started in 6th place, he's up to 5th because of Alonso Fonso's clash with Dale Taylor, but he's struggling to keep it in the track at the right speed. Kev Allen has made a good move into 4th place as they are now in the second lap. And look at this, this is two cars in the same livery. That's Alonso Fonso in 7th, trying to overtake Chris Russell in 6th, and there's, well, they have the same livery but not the same number. Alonso Fonso there, making a little bit of a bump there, but then also losing it at the exit, so Chris Russell ends up maintaining the spot there, but and Chris now makes a mistake. Chris makes a mistake there, cutting the corner there, but there was nothing to cut except the wall, and he ended up brushing the inside wall, and that catapulted him into the outside wall, and Alonso Fonso is up to 6th. Kev Allen in the meantime has actually found Diogo Almeida, and Kev Allen clearly having a much better race in the second race than the first one, when he finished I believe 11th or so, and Kev Allen clearly making a statement here that he still got the speed that has led to 2 consecutive championships. He's doing a little bit of a Sebastian Vettel this season, clearly more relying on his former glory, but now making a move, a nice move on Diogo Almeida, and Kev Allen is back, and he's back, and he's spinning and lost time, and he's got hit by someone. I think that was Diogo Silva, but he was right in the racing line, and Diogo had nowhere to go. Kev Allen, who was up to 3rd place, now is in 9th place, and that's a disaster again for Kev Allen. Look at this, Scott Davely getting out of the way there for Chris Russell, that is recovering from that brush with the wall. Scott is down to 7th with Chris now again back in 6th place. Simon Allen in the meantime has none of these problems as he continues to lead. He led every lap of the first race bar the last one, the one that matters. That of course was led by Jorge Jesus, that got his first victory of the season. Simon Allen here looking for his second victory of the season, and boy, he does need a victory to keep alive his championship hopes at this stage. It's early stage, but already Darren Head making very good performances, and now effectively being the championship leader, or not yet actually, but closing in on Diogo Silva for the championship lead. And these two drivers, and Simon Allen has spun on his own, and this is a disaster for him. Look at this. This is the, well, it's not the replay, it's the recovery as, oh, and look at this. Diogo Almeida has gone up into second place, and that's a very good move there by Diogo. Darren Head in the meantime has taken the lead of this race, and Simon Allen has led the first 3 laps of this race, but now he's stuck behind Diogo Almeida, and this is a very lively battle for second place here, as Diogo Silva is in 4th, also being a beneficiary of that Kev Allen spin. Kev is up to 8 now. Stuart Brand very nicely into a top 5 position, followed by Scott Davely. Something must have happened to Chris Russell. We couldn't see what that was, but Chris is now being shown in 11th place, and clearly he's lost a lot of time. As look at this, Alonso Fonso has also lost time, and they're together again, but they are 11th and 12th, so something must have happened to these two drivers for them to drop off so suddenly. And Alonso Fonso now is up to 11 because he's trying to go on the outside of Chris Russell. That was a little bit tricky over there, but they continue to be side by side. Nice racing here between these two drivers. Let's see who is the bravest, who is the last of the late breakers into the final section. And I think Alonso Fonso is on the outside. He's going to do it. No, he runs out of room and continues to be in last place. But what a luxury battle this is for 11th place with two very high quality drivers, Chris Russell and George Jesus. George now goes inside in the hairpin, and they continue to be side by side into the start finish line. This is excellent stuff, and this is how hard you battle in Old Fox Racing PlayStation for 11th place. I think now George has the right line. He's got the inside line into third one, I believe, and I think he's gonna get it, but Chris is not done yet. He comes into the outside, and oh, you know, that was Alonso Fonso. Oh, and they both crashed. It was Alonso Fonso on the outside. I'm sorry that I couldn't tell them apart because it's basically the same livery, but now Alonso Fonso, despite that crash, is ahead of Chris Russell. But of course these drivers will probably be faster than some of the drivers ahead of them, so they probably should avoid wasting time with one another and just concentrating on closing the gap to the drivers in front. In the meantime, Kev Allen has actually found Frankie, and that's the battle for 7th place. Kev trying to keep it in one piece, and no, he cannot keep it in one piece for long because he has spun again and drops behind Jumbo. At least maybe will also lose a position to Dale Taylor. No, I believe he has maintained 9th place, but what a disastrous race this is again for Kev Allen. And oh, look at this, what's happening here? That's Diogo Silva. Diogo Silva is actually was trying to overtake Simon Allen, but he ended up now losing a position to Stuart Brand. So Diogo is down to 5th place, and Stuart is up into 4th place, and actually being very close to Simon Allen. And something must have happened to Simon Lagaffe. It's the return of Simon Lagaffe, because he was right behind Diogo Almeida battling for 2nd place. He's now basically 2.5 seconds away from the Portuguese driver, and he's got to worry with Stuart Brand just behind him. And Diogo Silva now down to 5th place, and clearly not the greatest of days for Diogo Silva either, but he's holding on to a top 5 position there. He's got 4 seconds gap over Scott Davely, that is now in 6th place despite that problem a couple of laps ago. The question, of course, is that pretty much everyone behind him also had problems, like Jorge Jesus, Chris Russell, Kev Allen. They all ran into trouble, so Scott is actually now in 6th place. Look at this, Darren Head, beautiful driving there, entering the penultimate corner. He's really enjoying his time, and he's really building a massive lead here. He's already almost or more than 4 seconds in front of Diogo Almeida, that for now is keeping this excellent 2nd place, and Simon Allen continues to battle with Stuart Brand and Diogo Silva. We are following Jumbo. Jumbo has yo-yoed a little bit up and down, but he's now sitting in 7th. Kev Allen, no, it's not Kev Allen, I apologize, is Frankie that is behind him. Kev Allen is down in 10th place as we now follow Stewart. Brad Stewart is in an incredible 4th place and he's challenging for a podium. Look at this, Simon Allen has made a mistake there. Simon Allen has made a mistake and Stewart goes into 3rd place. What a disastrous race also this is for Simon Allen. He really cannot avoid these gaffes and he's now down to, would you believe it, 4th place from a dominant pole position. He's now in 4th place, but he still has a chance. We are still well, just past the midpoint of this race, really. He is still with Diogo Almeida's 2nd place car in his radar. You can see him in the horizon and he's now again putting some pressure on the back of Stewart Brand. I cannot see where Diogo Silva is, but he's already a couple of seconds away from this battle, so definitely this looks to be, as it stands, the battle for the last place in the podium between Stewart Brand, that is doing an excellent race, and Simon Allen. And now Simon is going to go on the inside in the last corner and he's got the position back. Yes, he has. Yes, he has. That was the good move there by Simon Allen. He goes back into 3rd place and maybe, just maybe, he can continue to challenge for 2nd. Diogo Silva is, and this is, I'm not entirely certain, this is not a replay, this is live. Simon Allen in front of Stewart Brand as they approach the 1st corner and they continue to be nose to tail. Diogo Silva is a couple of seconds behind. We still have around 4 laps to go, but Darren Head seems to be really heading, as it were, for another victory, and that would be his 2nd victory of the season. Stewart Brand has spun. Stewart Brand has spun, I believe, on his own because he was behind Simon Allen, and I don't think that Simon was involved in this. I think it was just Stewart losing it on his own, and Diogo Silva is back into 4th place with Scott Lively now going up to 6th. Disaster for Stewart Brand. He was briefly in a podium position. He's still in podium contention, but really he dropped a little bit now back to 6th place as we now rejoin our race leader, the number 58 red Ferrari of Darren Head, that is dominating this race after in the first few laps Simon Allen leading the race. He's now led since lap 4 and he's got another 4 laps to go to win this race. Let's see what's happening there at the back. I don't think much is happening here. I'm surprised to see Jorge Jesus still in last place. He may well be the first Old Fox Racing driver to finish first in the first race and then finish last in his 2nd race. That would be quite an achievement. Let's see. Oh, that's Simon Allen. Simon Allen has spun. Simon Allen has spun. Did he press the reset button? Yes, he did. But Diogo Silva is up into 3rd place and clearly beneficiary again of someone else's mistake, Diogo. But he's not the fastest driver, but he's keeping it tidy in this Long Beach circuit, and of course tire wear is a problem right now. I believe that Simon, however, is really coming back at him. Oh, he brushes the wall there, Simon Allen, but he's really a little bit frustrated with this car and he's really wanting to go back to that 3rd place as soon as he can. And the number 40 Ferrari of Diogo Silva is the main barrier between him and the podium, and he bumps Diogo Silva a little bit there. He bumps Diogo Silva a little bit there. The Portuguese driver doesn't lose control of his Ferrari, but this battle is becoming very, very heated indeed as Simon Allen continues to challenge to retake 3rd place as they are now approaching the beginning of lap 10. And I wonder when Simon Allen is going to be able. Look at this, Diogo already trying to defend there from Simon, and oh, and he bumps him again. He bumps him again in the last corner, and that's clearly, oh, that was a little bit cheeky from Simon Allen, and I don't think that Diogo Silva was entirely happy with the way the British driver forced himself around to retake 3rd place. He's probably the faster driver between these two drivers now, but that was a little bit cheeky there with a little bit of a bump and run NASCAR style into the last corner of Long Beach. Let's see if Diogo has the pace to come back at him during the remaining laps of these races. They both ran a little bit wide there in the fountain area, but Diogo Silva made up some ground and is now sitting right behind Simon Allen with just a handful of laps to go, and this is really the liveliest battle we have right now. Well, now we have a battle for 5th place as well between Scott Lively and Stuart Brand that the cameraman is not showing. Other drivers seem to be a couple of seconds or more apart as we now rejoin Darren Head, that is really dominating this race, but really not opening that big a gap. Diogo Almeida has been keeping him honest actually, and Diogo has been further behind. He has been more than 4 seconds away from Darren. Now it's 3.4, so Diogo is making perhaps a late challenge to try to put at least some pressure on Darren Head, to try to force a mistake from the British driver that is otherwise heading for victory lane here in Long Beach, after of course finishing in 3rd place in race 1. And I think I don't have the live points here, but I do believe that Darren Head, if they finish like this, with Diogo Silva finishing 4th again, I believe that Darren Head is going to retake the championship lead, of course, that he had after winning the first race at the Red Bull Ring. Then we had a tie after Diogo Silva won the 2nd race at the Red Bull Ring. Then after Sugu, Diogo Silva is the points leader as it stands, but Darren Head might just grab the championship lead here, as these two drivers, at least in this early stage of the spring season, seem to be the main title contender. Simon Allen could be up there as well, but he's made mistakes. He could have won the first race. He could actually be in contention for the win in this race as well, but that's just points lost, and at the end of the season it does add up, these types of situations where you lose 5 points here, 10 points there, and all of a sudden you are no longer in contention for the title as you should be. But we do hope that Simon Allen is going to in future rounds get some of those very deserved victories, and maybe we can have a 3 or 4 way battle for the title, maybe with Kev Allen also challenging once he starts winning again. That would be, of course, fantastic, but for the time being we have what we have, and we have Darren Head dominating this race. Almeida is holding on to 2nd place. That could be his best result of the season. We are now in the last lap of the race, and we follow Stuart Brand, that is has been in front of Scott Lively for most of the race, but now is behind the American driver, and of course Scott here holding the American flag. He's the best classified of the American drivers here, with Frankie being down in 12th place actually. We haven't seen what happened to him, but he was in 8th or 9th for most of the race, even up to 7th at one point. But unfortunately something must have happened to the American driver, and of course Todd Antonio not here this weekend. So the American flag remains with Scott Lively at least getting into that top 5, as we now look at Darren Head. No doubt about who the driver of the day was, and that's the British driver Darren Head, that is coming to take his 2nd victory of the season. And what a dominant performance. He's happy, he's a happy man, and he wins race 2, round 6. Oh, look at this, this is Diogo Almeida being challenged by Simon Allen, and that's into the finish line. Who is going to get it? I think Diogo still is in front, and he gets 2nd place, but just probably made a mistake in the last lap, and for once it wasn't Simon Allen that made a mistake in the last lap. He almost, he took 2nd place there on the leaderboard, but I think this is after crossing the line. So I think Diogo Almeida was 2nd, and 3rd was Simon Allen, Diogo Silva 4th, 5th was Scott Lively, 6th Stuart Brand that couldn't get out. Scott, 7th was Dale Taylor, 8th was Jambo, 9th was Kev Allen, and 10th was Chris Russell, with Alonso Fox George Drew, the winner of the first race, finishing in the lowly 11th place, and he will certainly be looking forward to drop this score later on in the season. It wasn't the greatest of races for Jorge Jesus, but I'm sure he will recover from that, and more good performances are coming from him. Frankie is going to complete the field that has finished his race in 12th place. There is the result, and indeed Diogo Almeida has maintained that second place. Look at this, both first and second, they got up 3 positions from their qualifying positions. Scott Lavery up 5 positions, and here is the championship battle between Darren Head, Diogo Silva and Simon Allen, also challenging for first place. Join us next week for more exciting racing.